Page 6, Bring a Torch, Jeannette Isabella. It's got a whole lot of notes, so let's find out what's going on here. Sometimes it looks really ugly, and you get into it and you find out it is ugly, and other times you find out it's not so bad. I trust the process I use to learn a piece of music. I just trust it take me where I need to go. So I look it over. It's 2 pages long. The clef signs are treble and bass clef. That's fine. I have a habit of checking them. They're almost always treble and bass, but they're not always that. So I just have a habit of checking them. There's one sharp in the key signature. This is in the key of G major, at least to start. And so I'll do the scales for G major and E minor. I do it for the key signature. That's there. Now, the key signature can change in the middle of the piece. So don't worry about that right now. As long as I can do the scales for the other keys, I'm fine. But the one I really focus on is the one at the beginning. That's how I choose to do it. You do it however you want. The time signature is 6/8 time, where an eighth note gets a count, and that explains all the eighth notes. Right hand first, let's check and see the rhythm and fingering and all. I want to connect this melody if I can. I want to feel the melody. Right hand here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also 4, 5, 6, 1. No big deal there. Let's go over to, or down to, down and over, I don't know. Measure 8. It's the last measure, the second line. It's here. Now cross over. Now we're in position for, now reach up, second finger, or little finger, and then thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you rest up for the rests. Quarter note gets 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a 3/8 time. What? Okay. See, they can change time signatures, and they do. We try and find something that's common between the different time signatures that can be the same. Most of the time there is, not always. And in this case, it's the speed of the eighth note. All this is doing is changing the natural accents. I'll talk about those later. We're going from counting to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to counting to 3, 1, 2, 3. So in measure 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's all that does. Now in measure 19, we have a couple measures rest. We come down, and you'll notice they took the sharp away. That's a natural sign. That's how they take the sharp away. Now we're in the key of C major. Here. Otherwise, it's the same. However, when you get to measure 26, and these measures in here, I want to connect the melody with the fingers if I can. The melody is the top note. Connect it with the fingers. Well, that means the thumb and sometimes the second finger has to cover the other note. So in measure 26, I'm not going to go 1, 5 and 1, 5 again. No, please, no. It's 1, 4 here. So it's 1, 5, 1, 4. And then 1, 2 for measure 27. And then 1, 3. And then 2, 4. And 1, 3, and then 1, 4, so I can connect the melody with the fingers, and that's what I want. I want to feel this melody. You'll find that's much safer fingering, especially if you start to get nervous. If you can feel your way when you start doing this, moving around, you have a better chance of missing notes, and that just makes you more nervous. Been there, done that. Now at the end, measure what, 32, you're here, and then you come down here, and then the left hand plays, and then the last one, the notes are here, but it has an 8/8 over it, so you come up here. If you have the notes. If you don't, do the highest G and C you have. I don't know. Left hand, well, you're starting here. 1, 2, 2. Make sure we hear the rest. It's important. However, when I get to the third measure, I don't want a little finger again. I mean, I got 2 beats rest I can come down, but I want to walk around if I can. So rather than here, I'm going to just reach out and use 2. If you can reach it, you have a couple beats rest. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And you do 3 or 4, either one, I don't care. And then from measure 6 to 7, you have to lift up and move. That's too far to go. So you just lift up and move. Third finger. Now these are quarter notes now. Hold them down for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. And then measure 10 and 11 and all those with the chords. We'll do the best we can. It's 2, 4, 3, 4, and then up. And measure 11, you don't need the natural sign. It's a natural anyway. But you just had a D sharp. They're trying to be clear. My problem with that is you'll start to rely on them and you'll think, oh, if that natural sign were not there, would it still be a sharp? No, it's a natural. It's there or not. Measure 13, D sharp. That's fine. However, when I go from measures 15 to 16, measure 15, 16, then come down, I'm going to just lift up and do a 2-5. You don't need a 1-5 there, you don't go as far. Then you can do a 5 or 1 if you want. Measure 22, use 3 and 5 on the dotted. This way you're closer to where you want to be for measure 23. It's an E. Now, in measures 25 and 26, they got you using a little finger for all these. Nothing really wrong with it, it's just not necessary. So I'm going to recommend you use 4-1 here if you can. Then you use 5-1 and a 4. 4. Yeah, it's big enough. And then here. And 4-1 with the G sharp, that's good for measure 27 here. You don't need the natural sign in measure 28, but it's all right, please insist. And measure 31, we're here. And you come down, you can come down, I use 2. I'm not coming as far. And then in the next to last measure, the left hand plays the G, C. Cross over the right hand, pretend there's a right hand there. I'd put it there, but I'm lazy. Now here, and then come back. Okay, well, wasn't that delightful? So let's put the hands together and see what mess we've got. I'll hesitate at first, I don't care. It's just both hands are here. And let's start around measure, I don't know, at the beginning, I guess. So it's 1, 2, 1, 4. Just make sure second finger now. And that comes up. That stays down. Now in measure 7, these now 2 beats. And then in measure 19 again, the left hand's 1 beat. So I go through and put the hands together slowly. You go your speed. And then I'll go back over very slowly, like super slow. 2. Even slower than that if you have to, but go through the whole thing and get rid of any hesitations. So it's a steady beat, start to finish. And if there's too many hesitations, then slow it down. You're going too fast. It takes a while to get rid of hesitations. It can take a while. Be patient. Just keep at it. Once the hesitations are gone, I think about the articulation. They don't really give much. There's a few staccatos. Otherwise, they're slurs. Measures 4 and 5. It's a new phrase. Like so? Yeah. But the left hand, connect it. I lift up here, but I'm connecting that. Can you do that? Now look at the end, you get a few staccatos. This is measure 31 to start. You're here. That's staccato. Yeah, boom. Boom. You can't hear it staccato in the right hand on an acoustic because there's no dampers on it, but you play it staccato. Flex at the wrist, short. It would be like that if it were staccato. This you can hear. I don't know why they did, but they did. Now once I do the articulation, then I add the dynamics. Starts out moderately loud, mezzo forte, and then it goes down to moderately soft. There's no melody at the beginning, it's just here. It's like every couple of these DDs, I go down a little bit. Moderately loud, a little softer now. Because the left hand has to go down to really soft. It's the right hand in measure 3 that's moderately soft, that's the melody. This, very soft. Measure 7 up to moderately loud. This is soft. You look at measure, 11 and 12 and 13? This. We're doing it again in measure 15. So we're playing it softer the second time. So in measure 11, we're moderately loud in the right hand. Soft. And very soft in the left. So the last dynamic I had was measure 14, and that's moderately soft. That's what I'm going to do here in measure 19. And the left hand's very soft. And they're giving you a very soft measure 22. Well, that tells me that maybe we have an error in the music. If you look at the beginning of measures 3 and all those, you start out moderately soft, and then in measure 7, you get moderately loud. I'm guessing they want the same thing over here, that you're starting out moderately soft in measure 19, but when you get to measure 23, that really should be moderately loud here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the MP in measure 23 to an MF. I'm going to play the same dynamics on this page that I did on the previous page. So that's just how I feel it should be. I could be wrong, but I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. Why give you an MP when you're already MP? And then at the end, we're moderately loud, measure 31. Now, moderately loud, a little softer. Now it's soft, both hands. So that's sort of the dynamics. It's really better to get into it and get comfortable enough with it so you feel the dynamics. You let the music, what does it say the dynamics should be? How do you feel the interpretation? And then I add the speed with a lilt. Oh, that's a lot of help. Well, they're giving a dotted quarter note at 66. The dotted quarter note is actually representing the natural accent. In 6/8 time, well, 6/8 time can have different natural accents. It depends on the music. But when you see them beaming eighth notes together 3 at a time, generally it's done by natural accents. That's how you feel the music. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, you feel it in 2. You feel it in 2. And that's what their speeds are giving you. They want the feel to be around 66. Around, it's not exact. You were going to sing it. Somewhere around in there, that's almost too slow. It's up to you on how you feel it. For me, depends on how much coffee I've had to drink. Now they've added pedal on a few places. Well, that's interesting. Let's examine what is the pedal doing and why are we using it? Because I learned it without pedal and it sounds fine. We can do fine. But if you take a look at measure 25 and 26, they've added pedal. For those 2 measures only, you think, what? Well, let's examine what's going on. Light pedal, overlap pedal. I'm going to push it down right after I play the eighth notes. And I'm going to change it right after I play the next note so it overlaps. Again. And that's it. What it's actually doing, as near as I can tell, is it's adding the overtones. Pedal always adds the overtones. Do we need the overtones here? No. But it's also connecting the left hand. Because we can't connect it with the hands very well, so we use the pedal for that. That works, so yes, that helps there. That works for that part. The way they're fingering the right hand, they can't connect it with the fingering. They can't can't connect it with that. But I changed the fingering. I can connect it. I can connect it, so I don't need the pedal to help me out with that. See, one of the nice things about using a good fingering, one that connects the hands, connects notes if you can, is it gives you more freedom with the pedal. So really what I'm doing is I'm only connecting this. That. If they're going to use it in measures 25 and 26, that part, then you think, well, why aren't they using it over here on page 6 on the same thing? And it's because of the left hand. You're connecting the left hand on page 7, but not on page 6, and that's the difference. You play it according to how you feel it, your speed and whatever. Just feel it.